Welcome to RPG TV, where real pill meets gaming. I'm your host, RPG. But before we get to the games, let's get to this game. So, you live in a first world country when the things that we complain about or say that we are oppressed about no longer are focused on just racial discrimination, segregation, redlining, police brutality, and things like that. No, today we complain about things such as you didn't address me as the proper pronoun, you misgendered me, my group doesn't have the proper amount of representation in the mainstream media. Now, I would draw a parallel that it is probably our educational systems that went from teaching us how to think critically into actually telling us what to think. But I'm not the only person that shared that sentiment. A young lady from North Korea who defected and was trafficked as a ex-worker utters those very same sentiments. In this article by the Daily Mail, which I'm going to read to you here, as you can see, North Korean Defector sold for $200 as ex-slave warns U.S. is heading for a cultural revolution and slams woke New York City Columbia students for saying they're oppressed because people can't follow their pronouns. Yomi Park, 29, who left North Korea as a child, was human trafficked as a teen, says she escaped hell in Asia only to arrive in the U.S. and find a different kind of hell awaiting her. Park, whose new book, While Time Remains, comes out on February 14th, says she was shocked to see how students at her alma mater, Columbia University, claim victim status. They were in Manhattan, living in the freest country you can imagine, and they're saying they're oppressed. It doesn't even compute, Park told the New York Post. Stating she believes a cultural revolution may be imminent. I was sold for $200 as a ex-slave in the 21st century under the same sky, and they say they're oppressed because people can't follow their pronouns they invent every day, the woman said. Park is one of just 200 North Koreans currently living in the United States. In 2022, the woman officially became a U.S. citizen 8 years after her family moved to the States. Since escaping North Korea in 2007, the woman has become a target for Pyongyang. Park has been censored in her homeland and labeled as a poisonous mushroom and a human rights propaganda puppet. She has responded to those statements, saying she's glad to have Kim's regime feel threatened by her voice. This time, however, it is not North Korea the woman has raised red flags over. 3 years after she graduated from Columbia University with a degree in human rights, the woman is sharing that she found similar concerning signals in the United States. I escaped hell on earth and walked across the desert in search of freedom and found it, Park writes in her book. I don't want anything bad ever to happen to my new home. I need us, to keep the darkness at bay, she says. Park believes the situation is more dire than it would appear. I need your help to save our country while time remains, she writes in the book. This isn't the first time she has shared her beliefs regarding the woke policies. In 2015, in her debut novel, Park compared the environment at Columbia University to that of North Korea. Park described the school as pure indoctrination camp and said she thought she was going to learn how to think critically, but was instead forced to think a certain way. The woman also said she believes most students at the elite universities are brainwashed like North Korean students are. I never understood that not having a problem can be a problem, Park said. This is interesting. This is really interesting. This is coming from a young lady from North Korea who's really been through some atrocities and comparing what she's been through to people who haven't been through a damn thing. It's eye-opening to hear her say this. They need to make injustice out of thin air or a problem out of nowhere because they haven't experienced anything like what other people are facing in the world, she continued. So yes, as you can see, that's the picture of the young lady, Yeonmi Park. I'm probably butchering her name, but she is a North Korean defector. So that's where we are. That's where we are in America today. That's when you know you're privileged. When you complain about things that don't even really matter. As Yomi Park, 29-year-old, said, you're creating problems out of thin air. Out of thin air, and you're the most privileged group of people on the face of the planet. But I guess everybody needs a boogeyman, right? Everybody needs a boogeyman. Everybody has to cry oppressed. Everybody wants to be the victim. What was that saying that I think Joe Rogan, the great Joe Rogan, has said? Strong men create easy times or good times. Soft men create hard times. Something along those lines. We're living in soft times. When you complain about being misgendered, not being addressed as your proper pronoun, soft times. And those soft times create soft men. Those soft men will create hard times. And we got hard times ahead of us. Because while we're bitching and griping about trans rights or pronoun things of this nature, this whole woke culture, intersectionality. Now everybody within each subgroup has problems within that subgroup that even the main group can't even identify with. That divisiveness. How do we get anywhere? I don't want to be somebody on here complaining all the time. How y'all like my new mic? That's my new shit. That's that Blue Yeti. I didn't get a Shure, but I got a Blue Yeti. I'm gonna get a Shure though, but this is a Blue Yeti. How y'all like that? Gotta upgrade your equipment. Gotta take this thing seriously. But that's where we are. That's where we are. Let's move along. So, in other news, students stage mass walkout after New Hampshire high school bans urinals and share locker rooms amid row over separating bathrooms based on sex, not gender identity. Now, there's a video down here that I want to get to. Let's see if it will play.
Milford High School students staging a walkout Friday in response to the school board's bathroom restrictions that limit the number of students who can use the facilities to the number of stalls available.
Nobody asked for this. Nobody but the few parents who complained to the school board asked for this.
The board voted on the measure on Monday after a proposal was brought forth that would change the district's bathroom policy, which allows students to use whichever bathroom aligns with their gender identity. The proposal would require students to use the bathroom associated with their biological sex, male or female. While students agreed they do not like the current bathroom restrictions.
We're all a high school, and the fact that you see this many people out here right now ready to kind of stand against the school board just kind of signifies that.
Some have different opinions about what should be done to address the larger issue.
As a female, I don't think that it's safe to have males in our bathroom.
This is creating just a complex system of inequality within our LGBTQ plus students.
Teachers, parents, and administrators tell News 9 they're happy students were able to come together peacefully.
So proud of our students, I really am.
This is what gets the attention needed to make a decision that's best for everybody.
And I've reached out to every board member, and the ones who've responded say that they hear students' concerns and that this is an issue that will have to be brought up again. The next board meeting is scheduled for February 20th. Live tonight in Milford, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
So, yeah, I'm not sure. I got mixed feelings about that. It says more than 150 students protest outside Milford High School in middle school. They gathered in opposition of new bathroom restriction holding signs. Many students said they were made aware they weren't made aware of the new policy. I'm with the young lady. I'm with the young lady who says she doesn't feel safe sharing bathrooms with boys. I'm with that. Because this, for some odd reason, I got a little confused. I'm like, okay, are they for or against? So I'm just going to say my piece. What the hell was wrong before with male bathroom, female bathroom? Male bathroom have urinals and the little stand-up joints. Female bathroom have whatever. I've never been in the female bathroom, so whatever they got in there, that's what they got. I'm probably the sit-down ones. What's wrong with that? Why do we have to always accommodate the smaller population? It's just mind-boggling to me. We're trying to replace systems that worked perfectly fine before. And we're trying out this new thing that hasn't stood the test of time. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little sick. This beer gonna help me knock it out, though. We're trying to replace ideas that have worked with ideas that we have no idea what the outcome is going to be. Why not just keep things the way that they've been? But this is the state, the current state that we live in, right? This is the current state of affairs we live in. Where identity politics reigns supreme. Identity politics. Who the fuck cares what you identify as? Live your life. There's bigger problems out there. Like I said, I don't want to be somebody to be out here complaining and shit. I just got to bring awareness to these issues. They're minor fucking issues. Minor. There's a big world out there where dangerous shit is going on. Much more complicated. Much more serious than this identity politics, pronouns. Anywho, this is RPG TV. Till next time.